What's up, y'all? Are we doing okay? I hope so, I hope so. Who have we got in the chat so far? What's up to Havlin, Jacarius, Leopardus, Sandy, and Hal? How's it hanging, folks? Oh, what's up, Jake? The Q Mansion. Hey, Andy. Or, hey, Angel. He sure does, Sandy. He sure does. What a week it was, guys. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. I missed y'all. Thanks so much for everyone that tuned into the live stream on Wednesday and caught me up on what I missed over the previous 3 weeks and listened to me talk about my trip to Montreal. I really appreciated it. And hopefully, you know, it'll be the next big chapter of my life to move there next year. Fingers crossed. You're watching House of Dragon at the same time? Nice. Alright, so on Wednesday we were having some weird problems with the stream. It was cutting in and out. Not to the point where I'd have to start new streams or anything, but it would just black out for a few seconds and come back on. So apologies if that happens again. But yeah. Who's ready to get into this week's show? Because we had everything from an engagement to a shank this week. Y'all. The last few minutes turned into what I know what you did last summer. It sure did. We're definitely going to talk about it. Man. Crazy week. Crazy week. But such a good week as well. I hope she survives too. We're kind of saving that for last because it's, you know, the last thing that happened on the at the end of the week. But we'll get into everything today. So let's, I mean, if you guys are ready, we'll get into it. But let me know. I'm a little bit flustered today. I was actually watching the VMAs. So that's why I know I usually try to live stream earlier on Sundays. But, you know, I wanted to watch the VMAs. So we're at the regular time tonight. Captain Hook at the queues. Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, alright, y'all are ready to get started? Okay, so I guess we'll start with Curtis. Curtis decided to pop the question of Portia this week. In an unconventional way, he hit a ring in the Metrocourt pool, dived into it, grabbed it, and proposed. TJ just happened to be there to film the whole thing. Naturally, Portia said yes, but as y'all know, there are at least 2 things that I guarantee will stop this wedding from happening. First of all, number 1, the fact that she is keeping the fact that Trina is his actual daughter, you know, keeping that from Curtis, and y'all know how Curtis feels about secrets. But the number 2 thing, which is pretty important, is that he's actually still married to Jordan. Jordan and Curtis are still married, and neither of them are aware of it at this point yet. Angel, you said Drew and Carly really did say F those burgers and hot dogs. They sure did. We'll talk about that for a sec, too, in a bit. But Jordan definitely has suspicions about Trina being his daughter already. Aside from the monologue that Jordan kind of remembers when she was on the verge of dying and Portia was holding her, Jordan also overheard Portia this week on the phone trying to see if Trina could potentially have schizophrenia, which Jordan was made recently aware that Curtis's father has that illness. Jordan and Marshall had a heart-to-heart conversation this week in the hospital, and it's crazy because it didn't even dawn on me the whole time, like, that they had not actually met yet, and Marshall's been around for like a year at this point, I think. But yeah, the conversation was a lot more civil than Jordan had expected. Yep, Jordan knows the secret too. She sure does. You just know everything's gonna come out at the wedding, Jake? Probably. Yeah, Portia acting stupid, and Jordan tried to warn her. She really did. She really did. Man, I have to admit though, I've been trying to give Tanisha Harper, who plays Jordan, a chance, like a fair chance, but it's like, I hate it. I don't like bashing the actors, but to be honest, I'm gonna say my opinion. It feels like we're watching an emotionless robot acting alongside these seasoned performers. I know people are not generally too receptive to the Marshall character, but Robert Gossett, I think his last name is, can act. And so can the actors that play TJ and Stella and Curtis and Portia and Trina. So when there is a scene that involves the origins of Jordan's story about her deceased ex-husband and, the ex-husband's father and her betrayal, I have pretty high expectations. And Robert Gossett did his thing, but Tanisha's got to get it together and just, try to show some emotion. It was kind of like watching a robot read a script. And it's sad because that should have been like a really emotional moment for Jordan too. Yeah, that and the divorce, or the non-divorce, will stop the wedding. Nicholas Chavez trying to get another wedding. Yeah, or another Emmy. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. They have to have dramas at the weddings. Oh yeah, the writing for Jordan is trash. Most of the writing is trash, just in general, but, yeah, Leopardess. I think Robert can act. I think he really can. I know, like I said, I know a lot of people don't have use for the Marshall character, and say what you want about that, but to be honest, like, Robert is an actor, and that's why I can kind of enjoy him myself. Like, yeah, Marshall can be annoying, but the guy is damn good at his job, so... Sandy, you said her new name is Robot Jordan with no emotions. RBF. Man. For real, though. I just hate that because, I was really rooting for her. It's not easy to take in a role that's been recasted more than once, Alright, but let's get into all the other things, because this week, most of GH took place, believe it or not, at the Quartermaine Mansion and the Quartermaine property, for some kind of fundraiser involving the children's wing of the hospital, and everyone was there, except for Monica, for some reason, which we don't know why, still. Sorry, guys. I remember him from Major Crimes. Nice. But yeah, we had all sorts of stories kind of move forward this week for the first time in months. But GH wouldn't be GH without a little bit of cheese. So we were either blessed or cursed with a Bensonhurst love potion that Olivia told Leo about. And Leo made it, put it in 2 cups out of 8 on a tray, specifically for Dante and Sam to get their shit together. But he got a little distracted, and then all the cups were taken off the tray, and no one knew for sure who drank what. Mainly because all the couples that seemed, to have troubles got a little bit of a pick-me-up during this week. So, Brooklyn and Chase finally admitted their feelings and kissed, and it was really cute. But of course, Leo was there, and he thought for sure it was his love potion, which had Brooklyn kind of cautious, but Chase was like, screw that, let's just be together. And then, what else? Who else? Sam decided to agree to move in with Dante. And Dante preferred for him to move into Sam's place, which was super weird, but whatever, progress on their part too, I guess. And then there's Carly and Drew, who decided to give into their feelings and make their way into the boathouse while he was supposed to be barbecuing, and he nearly burned the boathouse down. But people can put the fire out. But that just leaves us with 2 cups, and those cups went to Terry and Yuri, who locked eyes and left the Quartermaine Mansion to lounge in the Metrocorp pool, and had a little bit of a romantic moment when Terry's necklace fell into the water, and Yuri just dived in headfirst to grab it and put it back on her neck. Really cute. Like, I wanna really like them. I think that they have good chemistry. It kind of feels like they kind of just randomly put them together after Chet left, but You know, I want to like him. The only thing that I kind of, like, feel weird about is because he was super into Monica, who, again, is just not around, and no one's really addressing where she is either, which is annoying. Like, I think, like, are we just supposed to assume that she's just wandering the property at the moment? Because I'm getting tired of no explanation for Monica. And I'm sure it has something to do with personal things on Leslie Charleston's part. But, you know, we need some news at this point, y'all, right? Alright, I'm gonna read a bit more. We need stories, not just aha moments. True. Sandy, you said you can see her reading the script. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Where is Monica? That love potion is trash. Levertus, you think the love potion was cute? It's funny, we got to see a lot of Olivia's Bensonhurst side this week, which we haven't seen in a while, which I kind of liked. I don't like Olivia being too prim and proper. Terry is Liz's sister and Cody is Mac's son, in my opinion. I don't know about Terry being Liz's sister. Because they met as, like, young kids, right? I don't think they're actually siblings, though, in my opinion. But let's talk about Elizabeth, though, because, you know, Terry's bestie Elizabeth is not so lucky in love at the moment. Obviously, she's dealing with a suppressed memory, trying to rear its head, that we don't really have the answers to yet. The only thing we've really seen about it is a repeated scene of a young Elizabeth and another girl, and her seeming to say, "Don't talk about my father." Finn has obviously been very worried and tried to reach out to Sarah at some point. And when Elizabeth and Finn were having an intimate moment in the barn of the Quartermaines property, which is, you know, a fancy barn, I guess, Finn's phone rang while he was out of the room, and it was Sarah, which Elizabeth flipped her lid about and basically ran off. Sam's place is bigger, they just don't show it at all. I don't know, Dante and Lulu's place was pretty big, though. If you need a love potion to push your relationship, something is wrong. True, true. Sandy, you said I hope they bring Lois back. I'd like to see Lois back. I wish they put another actress in Leslie's place to have them write the character out. I mean, I wouldn't mind a temporary recast, but I want to know why she's not around, you know what I mean? Like, surely she can come back for one last one-off. Because it was her, I think, 45th anniversary with the show recently, too. So, they need Monica there. And they need Leslie there for at least one more episode. Sandy, they are bringing Lois back. That's just a rumor, though. It's not actually confirmed at all. So let's not confuse rumors with sure things. The only reason why people want her back is because the woman who plays Lois left her other soap recently. But there is no word on her actually returning to the show. Nothing confirmed. But I would love her to come back to the show. Though I imagine it would be a little bit awkward because, you know, her and Wally had a real life thing that they are clearly not a thing anymore as well. And they'd obviously have to have Lois and Ned interact because Brooklyn is their daughter. Terry's necklace belongs to her mom. Jeff could have given her mom that necklace. I guess. I don't know. I don't see it being a traumatizing thing. What do we know about Liz's parents? Well, Jeff was a regular on the show. And all they've really said about Jeff, really, apart from him being married to Caroline, which I don't think we've ever met her, ever, is that they've been doing Doctors Without Borders for most of their life. That's the story, anyway. Is Ava gonna die? I sincerely doubt it, T. Cherie, because, I mean, let's face it, we just saw Britt's mom get harpooned last year, and she survived. Ava's not bleeding out, and I don't think Maura's planning to leave the show anytime soon, and I don't think Frank would let her go either. Angel, you definitely like to see Sarah again. Yeah. Seeing any of Liz's family is always nice because it's a legacy family from like the beginning. Send Liz to, I'm assuming you mean Shady Brook, and end the storyline. It's getting comical now. Jeff is Audrey's son or stepson. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I feel like the fandom is very divided on whether or not Finn is overstepping his boundaries with Elizabeth. Like, to me, it's clear to me that Elizabeth is a mess. She is floundering. So I don't know if it's better to let her just flounder and figure out things for herself. Like, personally, I think that all of her loved ones can see that something is wrong. Because at this point, she's crushing vials in her hand. She's hallucinating. She's hearing voices. She's blacking out. She's randomly bleeding on her forehead. Like, at one point, should the family step in if Elizabeth is refusing to get help for whatever memory is resurfacing for her? I heard Joss is gonna find Ava. I mean, someone's got to. Angel, you said Sarah's my favorite Weber. I didn't see too much of her. I've watched her in bits and pieces of like old clips on GH, but she didn't seem particularly interesting to me. Sarah dated Nicholas. She dated Lucky too, though, right? Because wasn't Lucky with Sarah the night that Elizabeth got raped? Like when they were teens? But yeah, what do y'all think? Do you think Finn is overstepping, or do you think it's time for someone to step in and rescue Liz? Let me know in the chat. Liz is arguing with a woman. It could be Terry's mom. But it feels like the person that she's arguing with is also Elizabeth's age. She looks pretty young too in the silhouette that we see. And she sounds young too. I also think that the voiceover that is for Elizabeth is probably Rebecca Hurst's actual voice and just kind of transposed up a bit. Either that or they found someone that talked exactly like Liz did when she was a teenager. Liz needs help, obviously, but she won't accept it. Finn is overstepping for sure. See, like I said, divided. I feel like someone needs to step in, though, because, like, she ain't well. And, someone's gonna get hurt with Elizabeth's behavior. It's not like Liz and Finn had a long-time relationship. They have maybe been on 2 dates, and they are friends and co-workers, not even with benefits. Yeah, but Finn's kind of been like her family because of Hayden. Like, her sister Hayden and Finn share a child together. So, and even before they started kind of becoming a thing, like romantically, they were very good friends for many years. So, it's kind of like a friend stepping in, if anything, Alright, but let's move on to the next topic. Oh, wait. Finn is not right for Liz. I'd rather see him with Carly. Carly and Finn. I don't know. I don't see it. But yeah, I mean, Finn and Liz aren't really anything for me either. They don't do much for me. I'm not rooting for them particularly. It's a bit of a mismatch. I do really adore them as friends, though. I think that they've always had a really good friend chemistry. Hey DG, you said Liz is being written stupidly. Finn is just trying to help her. Yeah, right? That's how I feel too. Angel, you said it's nice to see a storyline for Liz that doesn't involve her lying and cheating to get a man. They should have explored Liz's parents a long time ago. They really should have. Yeah, Finn and Carly, hell no. Angel says hell no. Leopardus, he said, I think I would like Cody with Maxie if they are not going to put him with Britt. So let's actually talk about Cody now, because the Q property was also the setting in which Mac and Felicia officially meet Cody Bell, who I am now convinced more than ever is Mac's son, which I know technically doesn't make Maxie and Cody related, because Mac is not her biological father. But, well, it's a slippery slope, you know what I mean? But yeah, basically, as you guys know, Cody is the son, or the supposed son of Dominique, and Cody is convinced that Dominique's abusive ex, Leopold Taub, or whatever his name is his father. But judging by Mac's reaction to seeing Cody's face, he is not at all convinced that that boy is Leopold's son. He even went as far as saying to Cody, straight to his face, that he sees a lot of Dominique in him, but not Leo. So, interesting. Or Leopold, sorry. We know that having another child was a big conversation for Felicia and Mac a few months back. And people were speculating that Esme was Felicia and Ryan's spawn, which I always had doubts on, to be honest. But I would much prefer Mac have Cody as a son than Felicia have Esme as a daughter. Even though I know most of y'all don't like Cody, I do. What can I say? I love a rugged, low maintenance kind of dude. Let me read these. To Haviland, you said you would like GH to break up Crazy, Nina, and Sunny. GH needs to tie up all their storylines and start new ones. Yeah, ain't nobody likes Sunny and Nina together, but they're keeping them together for whatever reason. Angel, you said you're not really rooting for any couple on the show. That's sad too, because I used to go hard for Jason and Sam and Nicholas and Emily, and now I don't care. Yeah, there's not like a couple I'm really super invested in at this point. Like, I want to be invested in Brooke and Chase, but they've slow burned them to a stop until, you know, this week. And I hope that this week is the start of them actually just trying a relationship instead of, you know, going back and forth constantly. Angel, you said Cody should have got shanked. Cody's gonna be Mac's son unless he is another Phazons. I don't think he's Phazons. Havlin, you said Sam and Dante are boring as hell. Carly went through all the Quartermain brothers, and that you miss Monica. I miss Monica too. DG, you said Cody as Mac's son by Dominique is dumb. I watched their story on air. Valentini is once again rewriting history to give a former One Life to Live actor a job. It's not a good creative move. I can understand that feeling, DG. Again, I don't really have much of an opinion because I know that Frank does hire his favorite people, but because I didn't watch One Life or any of the shows Frank ran in the past, I don't really have that sort of that sort of grudge, I guess, in that terms. The only time that I did is when he was making them characters from the shows that he ran. If they're playing new characters and they're decent actors, then I don't care. I think Cody's doing, or the actor that plays Cody is doing an okay job with the material that they're giving him. Y'all are sleeping on Cody, I fear. Y'all, you know. That is how I feel. Leopardus, you said you'd rather have Mac have a son. You like Cody too? See? There are Cody's fans out there. Probably not a bunch of us, but, you know, at least there's some. And yes, Laura, I'm back. Hey. Yeah, I did a live stream on Wednesday. Just so y'all could catch me up on the previous 3 weeks. But this is the first, like, official GH live stream back. Oh, they booed her at an event with Maurice. I heard. See, that's mean. You know, that's mean. You know, the actress that plays Nina is not the one writing the story. Davlin, you said poor Spencer. Nicholas cannot blame Ava for sleeping with Esme. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon too. Nina is running to Sunny because of all the stupid girl fire was stupid. She acted like the boathouse was on fire. Yeah, that was a bit stupid. Hey Nathan. They have too many characters who have kids with brothers. Sam, Alexis, and Maxie for the start. Cody and Rory in it. DG, you said I don't like Josh Kelly as an actor. Also, the Dominique Mack and Scotty stories were a highlight of the 90s. It shouldn't be used just as a prop up to a dumb plot. Yeah, I mean, I did watch bits and pieces of Scott and Dominique's love story, which was beautifully written. I didn't see much of Mac and Dominique, except for the wedding that Mac brought up that happened at the Q Mansion. And Dominique made her appearance and was kind of having a meltdown. Dion, I'm with you. I wanted Cody to work with Britt, but now Kelly T is leaving. I think they have chemistry. See, I'm still not completely convinced that she's leaving because she's working on the same lot as GH is shot on. And surely she can do 2 shows on the same network. I just think we might not see her for a while. Or she'll be on a little bit less. Nina was wrong to come to the Qs. That can confuse Wiley. She should have sent a staff member. Yeah, but you know, Nina wanted to play hero. We'll talk about that kind of towards the end as well. In the meantime, though... Oh, hold on. The Reddit's never made Nina likable. Now Cynthia got to play this trash character that doesn't own her-ish. Yeah, true. But let's move on. We'll talk about Nina and Sunny in a little bit later. And only briefly. But for now, let's talk about Anna. Anna was doing some sleuthing, or rather getting Lucy to do some sleuthing of her own, since Martin made a run for it. And Lucy was well aware why, and Anna got her to do her bidding instead, by doing what she does best, getting Lucy to flirt and with Victor, because Victor is kind of enamored with her. The only thing that she really caught during her sleuthing, though, was that Valentine clearly despises Victor, and Victor seems to have him on a tight leash. I'm so confused about what Kelly T might do. I don't want her to delete GH. I don't either. Yeah, Kelly T said that she can do both, I heard. Yeah, I think she acknowledged that on Twitter as what I heard as well, that she can do both. The question is, will she? Who knows? But I truly think that she'll do both, in my opinion. All right. Before we change the subject, though, Anna, we got to see Anna imagine hitting Valentine with beanbags, and I was here for it. I haven't seen Kelly T say that she will do both. I think she replied to someone else's tweet, so if you were under like tweets and replies, I think that's where it would have been seen. Victor is Helena 2.0. Victor is no Helena. Alright. But are y'all ready to talk about the confrontation that we've been waiting for? Because I'm ready. I am so ready. Kelly deserves better than what they gave her on GH. I'd rather she go to Station 19 and shine away from the show. She wants to make appearances here and there, then that's okay. I mean, it's so weird with Britt because, like, when Britt and Jason were a thing, like, they had her seeming like she was on the verge of succumbing to, like, the disease that she has. And we've not seen that disease ever since. Which is so weird. Like, we don't see her handshake. We don't see her, like, stuttering her words. It's like it's non-existent. But she still keeps up bringing up the fact that she has it, like, cryptically. But we just don't see it on screen, and that's what's confusing. Leopardus, you said that beanbag scene was funny. Yeah, I wish I could throw some beanbags at Valentine's head. A Helena wannabe. But yeah, let's get into that confrontation, guys. Spencer walked in on an argument between Nick and Ava at the Q Mansion, in which Ava mentioned the little tidbit that Nicholas had slept with Esme, and man, did Nicholas Chavez bring his A game. He was devastated. Sorry, guys. Nathan, you said GH dropped the ball on that storyline and we haven't seen it on screen. Yeah, it's true. DG, you said Nick Chavez knocked the reveal scenes out of the park. Agreed. He's a great actor. And his character is the only Cassadine that acts like a Cassadine. Currently, yeah, for sure. The rest are watered down. But yeah, basically, all Nicholas could do when Spencer overheard the conversation was try and make excuses. He said, Ava's just trying to hurt us. This is revenge. And like, the most irritating part is that he had the audacity to be like, you are only doing this because you had a bad relationship with Kiki and this is your revenge. And Ava slapped him a new one, rightfully so. And Ava was like, what, do I have eyes in the back of my head? Like, but Spencer could see through that, like, easily. And of course, he couldn't deny for too long that Ava was telling the truth. And then he just kept on trying to make excuses, like, you guys were broken up and you were just pretending to stomach her to help Trina. And Spencer was like, yeah, but you didn't know that. So you just slept with, like, the girl that you thought I was in love with. Spencer heartbroken that Nicholas can sleep with someone that is his girlfriend. We know that Spencer didn't care about Esme at that point. Yeah, we know that he didn't care about her, but, like, as far as Nicholas knew, like, he didn't know any better, and that's what hurt him. And Spencer, I think, even said that. He's like, you know, it's the fact that you could sleep with your son's girlfriend. Like, he wasn't surprised that Esme would make that move, but he was surprised that Nicholas could do such a thing. You know, he just was like, that's messed up, man, and he stormed out. Then he got drunk, and Nicholas tried to comfort him when he was drinking. And Spencer, which I love this, Spencer, like, threw the bottle down and, like, spit at Nicholas's feet and walked away. And Victor was there for that moment, and he was just like, what just happened? Yeah, Nicholas is straight up trash for trying to blame Ava for his infidelity for sure. And lying to his own damn son for sure. People saying this is not like Nicholas. They forget about Nick with Liz and Nick with Courtney. I don't think they would have made the OG Nicholas this dumb. Honestly, the bad writing for Nicholas began with Ron Carlivati and has not recovered ever since. It's just, and it's almost like it just gets worse. But yeah, in reference to Nicholas Chavez, that man can act circles around half the cast on the show. And like you guys mentioned earlier, I totally see an Emmy in the future for him. Probably for this scene too. Nick talking about Spencer chose the money. He got a lot of nerve. Exactly. DG, you said you really missed Tyler Christopher as Nicholas in that reveal scene. Yeah, Tyler could have rocked it too. But the writing was so bad for Nicholas. Alright, well, now, while Ava was wandering the property as Nicholas and Spencer argued, she ran into Austin and Mason, who was holding Austin at knife point, while Austin was holding him at, like, head point, ready to squish his head like a watermelon. This is one story that is really taking its sweet time, getting to the point still, and I'm going to need some answers if the show wants me to care. You know what I mean? Like, all we know so far is that someone is making Austin do their bidding that we haven't actually seen him do, or even know what the bidding he is supposed to be doing is. All we know that whoever he's supposed to answer to is not impressed, and they sent Mason, who is pretending to be his cousin, to ruffle his feathers and make him do the thing better. But we still don't know what that thing is, and that's so frustrating to me. But yeah, in terms of Ava, you know, Mason thought that Ava was going to blab to someone about what she's seen and what she may have heard. But y'all know Ava knows how to butt out, but obviously Mason doesn't know. And she seems to be the target of many throughout the Q property, especially, you know, obviously Mason and Nicholas now, Victor too. But I am not convinced that any of them or Mason were the ones that put Ava in the predicament that she gets in, because Ava ends up alone at the boathouse, having herself a drink, ready to cheers future divorce with Nicholas, and someone had gone into the boathouse, grabbed a glove and a hook, and then ended up shanking Ava with that hook. That was the cliffhanger on Friday, and it's about damn time we got a cliffhanger Friday. Y'all, like, we were so far behind on GH, I wasn't sure when we get cliffhangers back on Fridays again. But they got one with a bang this week. Let me see. Sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments as well. Ron Carlivati watered down and ruined so many classic characters in this run. He really did. I hate him too, DG. I hate him too. OG Nick did bad with women too. He slept with Nicholas' brother, or with his brother's fiance. Yeah. I just think this scene would have been, like DG was saying, much better to watch if Tyler was playing him. I would love to see Tyler and Nicholas act off of each other. Yes, stellar performance by Nicholas Chavez. Hey, Brooklyn. Couldn't see Tyler's Nicholas sleeping with Esme. That would be so weird. Yeah. Because Tyler is obviously older than the actor that currently plays Nicholas as well. And Nicholas Chavez will get another Emmy, but for supporting actor. I was told they changed younger actor to 18. Interesting. Well, we'll see. Whatever he submits it for, though, I think he definitely has a chance of winning. I'm not even invested in the Austin thing. I fast forward through those scenes. Should we care about Austin? Yeah, that's how I feel. You're so pissed Ava got stabbed. I know it was probably Austin's cousin. I don't think it really was. I honestly believe that it's Esme. That's just a theory. I know nothing, okay, guys? But my guess is that it's Esme. Because we know she ain't dead. And I think Mason would be too obvious. And given the way that they were trying to hide the identity of who stabbed her or shanked her, like, Mason would be too easy. And it happened pretty quickly. Like, we seen Mason, like, walk off and Austin follow. So, like, and before Ava got to the boathouse, we seen that just one person entered the boathouse. And if it was Austin, like, he would have been right behind him. You know what I mean? She's a freaking gangster. From how the hell is she getting thrown around in all these plots like some female victim? True. Ava is no one's victim. They drag these stories out so long I don't care anymore. That's how I feel too. Every time Roger Howarth has a violent or threatening scene, I think of Todd Manning. Roger can't escape that character. Roger has essentially been playing the same character throughout all these characters he's had on GH, in my opinion. Like, I feel bad because so many people seem to praise his acting. I'm like, y'all, I don't see it. He's playing the same character over and over again. Just like slightly watered down from the last. You hate Mason Leopardus. They may make Austin a Todd 2.0. They made Franco like a Todd 2.0 too. Ava was just minding her business, trying to drink her worries away. Right? That girl can't catch a break. From Daytime Dish, the big event that's supposed to take out part of the cast sometime late in September, early October is not related to the Hook Killer. Imagine if they tried to write like a Hook Killer like the TMK, text message killer. The blood in that hooked scene looked very real. It was like Friday the 13th. Yeah, it looked pretty gory. If Ava survives, she can get her balls back like Selena Wu. I'm so tired of these weak women. I think Ava will survive for sure. You love Tyler as Nick, but he may not come back. Yeah, he burned a lot of bridges, I think, in the acting world. Marcus can come back as another character. He's an okay actor. From what I read, 3 to 4 people are out because of the current storylines. Ken Shriner, Marcus Coloma, Leslie Charleson, and Jackie Zeman. Yeah, we gotta address those as rumors. I know Ken Shriner made a sort of comment about Scott's story for his 45th anniversary is this year too, right? Same as Leslie's. The cast does need to be cleared out pronto. As long as they get rid of the characters that should be cleared out, like the dead weight. Esme's gonna come back pregnant or pretending to be pregnant with a pillow under her belly. I think she'll come back pregnant for real, for real. DG, you also think it's Esme, but Liz will get blamed. Yeah, because Elizabeth had blood on her head. I bet she saw it, but she was in her blackout states. Yeah, probably. Although she already had a bloody head like before we saw Ava get shanked. So I don't know. And she was nowhere near the boathouse, I don't think. They're writing all the Rogers characters like Todd. They just tend to call him Rod Manning. Call it a day. Yeah, they should. It is an okay whodunit, but no one died. Aaron, am I too late? We did talk about most of the show, yeah. Still got some things to talk about, though. Daytime dish. Sarah Weber is now a redhead on GH. One Life to Live fans will lose their minds. I swear, if they get a One Life actor to play Sarah Weber instead of bringing the original actress back, I'll be pissed. Enough of the recast, guys. If the actors are available, stop recasting. Alright, but everything that we talked about so far were kind of the biggest highlights. The only things really left to discuss was that Sonny showed up to the Q's, and Michael was pissed about it. He even slammed the door in his face. And Sonny was like, if you slam that door in my face one more time, it'll be the last time. And that conversation happened just as Willow was about to sit Michael down and tell him about her leukemia. And of course, after that, she didn't say anything because then Wiley came in and wanted to go out and play or whatever. Sarah Weber was a very forgettable character. We want Jeff and Caroline Weber. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Sarah Weber again. Like I said, I don't have too much experience seeing her character do her thing, and she did seem pretty forgettable to me too. But all the Webers should make a comeback for this parent story to kind of come around. And I think Hayden needs to come back too. Sonny shouldn't even be at the Q Mansion after everything that happened between him and the Qs. Yeah, he really shouldn't have, but he was all like, I'm a big benefactor for the hospital. I belong at this thing. Sonny just trying to stir things up. And of course, Nina initially said that she wasn't going to go. But then Olivia made some kind of mistake when it came to food getting delivered to the Q's house from the MetroCourt. So Nina decided to play hero and bring the food over, which she was kind of egged on to do, but I think she secretly liked it. Sonny clearly liked it. She was so boring, I don't remember the actor's name. I don't know the actor's name either. But if someone can find that, that'd be great. We also seen a bit of Trina and Rory. Trina pointed out that she really didn't know Rory. And he was like, I'm afraid you won't really like me if you got to really know the real me. And then she's like, okay, what? And he's like, I'm a graphic novelist, or, you know, he wanted to write a graphic novel. And he's really into cooking. And Trina was like, really? There's definitely more than meets the eye to Rory that we don't know about. Hopefully it's interesting, because, you know, so far he's kind of boring. Glad Holly is coming back. The staff going to take good care of her since she has long COVID. Yeah, we talked about that on Wednesday. Like, it's been confirmed that Emma Samms is coming back to GH and will air in October. So we're about to see some real answers to the storyline that kind of got left in limbo. Through no fault of her own, obviously, you know? Or the writers, for that matter. But I think, you know, initially Holly was supposed to have been taken by Peter. But Peter is dead now. Hopefully for good, forever. I don't see the show bringing him back for this. I really don't, not this soon. Leopardus, you think he works for a bad person like Victor? Yeah, there's got to be something shady about Rory somewhere. Although he might genuinely have feelings for Trina. In real life, Michael, who plays Rory, is a martial artist and he's married with an adorable baby daughter. And he's a lot older than the actress that plays Trina. I feel like he just celebrated like his, like a pretty, like a 35th or 40th birthday. Like he's, you know, he's a lot older. But he obviously looks young though. So he's playing younger. They slow burn Chase in Brooklyn. Yeah, but at least they finally got them to kiss. And kind of acknowledge that they're into each other. Hopefully they actually move forward now. Sante, Drew, and Carly have all been established, but are they going to write stories for them? Highly not. Yeah. Sunny kind of commented that there's clearly something going on between Carly and Drew. Nina did too. And it was like Nina's trying to get a reaction, and Sunny's like, you're not going to get one from me. Yeah, Sunny's playing how he feels about Carly and Drew might being a thing, close to the vest. Hoping when Holly comes back to the writers delve into her past with her family, the Suttons. They obviously had really big plans for Emma Samms when she was supposed to return. Because I think Frank Valentini even established that Robert and Holly were going to be a staple on the show. Like they were reuniting them. The actor who plays Leo did an amazing job on this week's episode. Yeah. He's a cute kid. The actor made comments against gays on Twitter. He made comments on a bunch of different things. Michael is 32. Okay, yeah, but he looks a lot younger. He really does look a lot younger. Yeah, the actor said some pretty shitty things, but I also think that if it really was a deal breaker on the show, he would have been gone by now, you know what I mean? Because let's face it, he's not the only actor on the show that's made some controversial comments over the years. And I don't think the writers have ever fired anyone for their comments. You know what I mean? Because that's their personal life. And they're just doing their job as an actor. Although, it's one of those, it's a slippery slope, because the things that he said were a long time ago, and people do grow and change. So it's hard to say. Yeah, Michael did apologize for those comments. He's allowed his opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there are plenty of actors with probably opinions that a lot of people don't agree with. Dingo. Okay, but Ingo didn't get fired for his opinions. He got let go because ABC changed the policy and it hadn't come out yet. Or Disney changed their policy on vaccination. He was not fired for his opinions. Let's not get that twisted. Only the network can fire an actor. Yeah, and like I said, like, opinions have never gotten anyone thrown off a GH. I think Hayden or Holly has Jason. What? If they bring him back? Comas. I mean, Holly and Hayden and maybe Jason are being held by the same people, but I don't think it's Peter. Yeah, Ingo only got fired because he didn't want to get vaccinated. Yeah. I mean, the timing was, you know, funny, but at the same time, Ingo made his most recent comments after he was already off the show. Now Ingo is trying to sue Disney, and he won't succeed. Like, sorry, like, you're not gonna win against Disney. Might get a hefty settlement, but, like, you're not gonna win. And even if he did, which wouldn't happen, like, that GH ain't gonna invite Ingo back on the show. ABC is not gonna invite him back on the network. Certainly Disney isn't either. So, you can't try to sue someone and get your job back. It's not gonna happen. And it's not Peter holding them, but Victor. Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. It probably is Victor. You're right. It's Victor. I'm pretty sure Ingo did not say that someone hacked his Twitter because he went on video confirming that he said those things. So that's a false rumor. Yeah, when you sue a network, that network ain't gonna invite you back to the show, even if you do win. So sorry. But he's not gonna win. Yeah, Steve B said he would. Yeah, Steve Burton did say that he would come back if asked. And see, that's the thing. Like, Steve handled his firing, I feel very professionally. You know, he didn't want to get vaccinated, and he respectfully, you know, left the show and didn't make a big stink about it. He was honest about why he's no longer on the show. But he left on good terms with GH because they've always treated him good. And, you know, if ABC and Disney ever change their policy back, then, you know, I think Frank wouldn't hesitate to bring Jason back because he obviously had big plans for Jason and Britt at the time, but they had no choice but to change the story because Disney changed their policies. So it is what it is. If GH kills off Monica, Bobby, and Scott because of this storyline, that would be very bad press. Just like Jeannie's firing, even during the 60th anniversary. I don't think that they're firing any of those people. I just think that Ken is very outspoken, and I feel like he feels like the character deserves a milestone episode, just like Jeannie has, and I think that he deserves one too. I think he was just being honest about that. Having said that, I don't think he's going anywhere. And, you know, Jackie Zeman, she's not on enough to, like, worried about getting let go from the show because she's not on contract. Neither was Leslie, for that matter. But we just, we don't know what's going on with Leslie. And there's just not really much story for Bobby at this point. Nathan, you said you think Steve Burton didn't want to be there anymore because of how bad they've messed up his character. Listen, here's the thing. I think as much as we all like to believe that these actors really care about, the directions of their characters and whatnot, I think most of the actors on the show, to be honest, couldn't care less as long as they have a job that they can come to and get paid for. I mean, they might have an opinion about a storyline here or there, but they're not gonna leave the show, because where else, realistically, where else are most of these actors gonna go? That's how I feel anyway. I still feel like if Steve didn't leave, we would have gotten more Charlie instead of Drew and Carly. Yeah, that's true. We definitely would have had more of Carly and Jason, and probably like a triangle between Sonny, Jason, and Carly, or maybe a little bit of a love square with Nina. And to be honest, I feel like Jason probably would have reeled Sonny in and showed him the reality of being with Nina too. Not that it would necessarily convince Sonny to not be with Nina, but I think it would definitely involve Jason drawing a line in the sand, you know what I mean? It would definitely shake up their relationship and friendship. I don't mind the friendship, but they need to let Jason be with his children and family too, and not attached to Carson. Yeah, they definitely need to have balance with Jason when it comes to that, for sure. Jason hasn't slept with Carly in 25 years. They did that storyline because of the 25th anniversary. Jason loves Sonny and will not cross the line ever. I mean, he would have if Sonny didn't walk in through that door. I don't want to say that, and I hate to, these writers really ruined the magic of J-Sam when he returned. I think the chemistry was still there between Steve and Kelly. And when she did admit her feelings to him, I think they had something, they had potential. But I also feel like maybe Kelly and Steve weren't as invested in selling the chemistry for themselves anymore. Yeah, I feel like they had really good moments for Jason when he returned in terms of his scenes with certain people, including Sam and Sonny and Carly and Michael and all the people he reunited with. And Monica especially too. I love that Monica and Jason's relationship was a lot more endearing this time round. Which we didn't see before he left. Like, yeah, they had a bit of a relationship, but it was not as, like, loving as it was Steve's last go-around. They just didn't invest in J-Sam enough to the point where when Steve returned, it was all about the angst instead of the love and romance. That's true, but I feel like this is just a general problem on the show with every couple. Because it feels like no couple is sacred to the show. You know what I mean? Like, they don't invest in most of the couples. They can easily break them up and put them with new people with, very little explanation. Which is what happened with Sonny and Nina. Like, it's so left field. The J-Sam collection back in 2018. Yeah, and then they showed that collection again in 2020. If Sonny were dead, Jarly may have happened, but Jace would not have a relationship with Carly as long as Sonny is alive. That's true. Yeah, you're right, Angel. Like, having Sam say that Jason's life was too dangerous for the kids was really out of character for Sam. Like, yeah, she's grown and changed a little bit, but not to that point, you know. Sam still overall enjoyed the rush. J-Sam's 20th anniversary is next year. Yeah, but, you know, if Disney still has their policy, which they might, then we're not going to see anything about it. But yeah, in terms of this week's GH, that's pretty much it. I think we talked or covered about everything. Unless you guys feel like I missed something, but let me know. Yeah, we don't have any core couples anymore. It's true. Like, the ones that are solid are the ones that we don't see, like Mac and Felicia, TJ and Molly. And so it's like, it's hard to invest in a couple that you don't see. But the writers seem to think that the only way that a couple can have story is if it's involves something that's going to break them apart. But I've talked about it too, like, in the past, in past live streams and stuff. I think back to the 80s when there were super couples. Most of their storylines, when you think about it, like any like angst that Luke and Laura, or Robert and Holly, or, you know, Felicia and Frisco, or Anna and Robert even, Robert and Holly, you know, those couples. Most of their storylines involved some kind of obstacle that they had to work together on defeating. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a cheating spouse or like a, you know, love triangle. It was always like an obstacle that they had to face together that was like an outside entity, or like a problem that they had to solve that they had fun together solving. That kind of thing. And that's what's really missing when it comes to couples these days on the show. They can't do like a couple's problems without like a breakup being involved, or like an infidelity. Lebertus, you think Nina's gonna think TJ and Willow are having an affair? Yeah, I think that's gonna happen, and then she's gonna go and put that bug in Michael's ear. Or she's gonna like ream Willow out, and then Willow's gonna collapse from the distress of it all. So Twitter already hoping for a Willow TJ thing? Nah, I don't want TJ near Willow. Except for a friendship. But yeah, that wraps up the recap, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I'm going to end it here because I'm honestly kind of hungry a little bit. But thanks for tuning in. Wednesday we will watch some old school GH together. And then I'll be back for another recap on Sunday. Probably a little bit earlier in the day too. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in and commenting on the live stream, and, you know, stating your opinions as well. I always have fun on the live streams. If you're new here, welcome. And if you like the live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time. See you later. Mwah.